voluntary inner exploration, and employing curiosity and analysis to help us create a beautiful world. You talk about our lives transcend time and space. And Khenpo mentions that what's important is that we find out what's true for us. We now have a wonderful privilege and opportunity to ask Khenpo questions. And again, I would like to invite you to touch your own heart and look into your heart to see what questions have arisen specifically from the talk tonight. If you have questions, and we certainly hope that you do, there's a microphone in the middle of the room, and I invite you to go and line up at the microphone. We have about 20 minutes for questions, and once again, dear brothers and sisters, I would like to invite you to keep your questions, if you might, to specifically that which springs from the topic which I'm covering with Khenpo this evening.
是这样，我曾经读到过一本心理学治疗的书，就是我们现在可能怕水、怕黑，有时候都不是源于我们儿时的创伤记忆，是源于我们前世的记忆。可能我们前世是溺水而亡，所以我们现在对这一生会怕水。然后我就想问一下，您是怎么看待这种观念？就是有时候我们做的催眠治疗，去让你提醒，就是让你回忆起你前世的记忆，会不会对治愈我们的潜意识，就是我们天生有一些本能的恐惧，会不会有帮助？谢谢。
So her question was, so sometimes we have some specific fear of water or fire or something like that. And she read a book, it's a psychotherapy book, and it says the reason maybe because in our past life we may die of like drowning in water, so then we have a fear of water. So she wants to know that.
其实我们情绪上的很多的发生呢，也是有各种因缘，有些呢，可能跟前世有一定的关系，有些呢也不一定。但有些正是恐惧呢，有一定的关系。我昨天，在多伦多这边的一个老师，他讲了他的学生当中，有一个大概是在3岁之前的时候呢，他以前是一个坦尼斯亚的人，就是然后呢，就是当时呢，就好像是个黑人，就是然后被二战期间的是手这个断了。然后小的时候他完全的这种记忆，后来就包括他当时他的弟弟轰炸，就这些所有的现象都已经那个就证实了，就完全的是他们的这个父母的这种陈述的话呢，就是一种真实的事。所以我们现在实践当中很多的这种恐惧，就有些是来自于对潜意识，或者说跟我们的这个自己的以前所发生过的有关系的，但有些呢，也许是有可能暂时就是今生当中的其他的一些因缘构成的。
So for these emotional disease or problems, there are various causes, conditions, various reasons, and some of them are related to your past experience in your past lives, and some of them are not. Like the other day, the professor told me a story of a girl here, she was born here, but she can remember, when she was little, she can remember she was Africa in her last life, and she had some, because she says something like she has some, she was African, but now she's white.
Tanzania,
yeah. She was in Tanzania in her last life. And then later her parents found out what she described was really correct. So that was the story I heard here in Canada. And so for that question, it is for some of the problems, the emotional problems, some mental problems, it's related to our experience of our last or past lives. Some of them are not. Some of them just our experience of our this life.
扎西德勒，我想投生到一个没有忧愁苦们的地方，那我有可能是去天堂。如果说，假如我信基督教，但是我不愿意去天堂，我跟主祈请说，你假使我去地狱呢，去拯救众生，去拯救那些在地狱里面的恶鬼，那我有可能呢会去阿弥陀佛的净土，或者说去那种很有智慧的人的地方呢，去教我怎么去解救这些恶鬼。那么还有一种去呢，就是说它是小乘的这个涅槃去。
简单，你直接问，不然后面有那么多人。
就是小乘的涅槃去呢，就好像射天箭一样，它这个力劲呢就会掉下来了。就是像阿含经说，此生不彼生，此灭不彼灭。就是说，如果众生烦恼，我即使涅槃了，我还会烦恼；但是如果众生涅槃成就，我一样会涅槃成就。不知道是不是就因为这个原因呢？应该发无上的。
I think I got his question. I think his question is he wants to know because it's our intention. Like if we wish to go somewhere, then we will be reborn in that place. Is that true?
好。这样的，他的问题呢听得不是很清楚的，但是呢，大概的讲呢，就总的来说，我们这个心持善法的话，无论是天堂极乐世界，如果心持善法呢，即使你不愿意去的话呢，也可能自然而然就是因缘具足是而去。如果心持恶法的话呢，即使你不愿意去，也有可能会下地狱。所以呢，我们的一些意乐呢，可能有时候是起到真实的作用，有时候呢，它有了因的时候呢，果自然而然会显现的。
So like when sometimes we wish we can be born in heaven, or sometimes we wish we can be born in Pure Land. That wish can sometimes play a role or can have some effect. But at the same time, if you do virtuous things, if you do virtuous deeds, and you wish you go to hell, that won't happen because the cause will bring that specific effect. And if you do very non-virtuous deeds, and then you wish you to go to heaven, then that won't happen either because the cause will bring that effect. And so if you wish you go to Pure Land and at the same time you do virtuous things, then both of these causes will make you go to there.
前一段时间我在纽西兰吧，就讲了一个上帝遇到佛陀的一个话题的讲座，其中呢我引用了一些学者的观点，就是他们认为呢是极乐世界和佛教当中的极乐世界和这个基督教的天堂呢是一样的。我自己不知道，但是呢我引用了这个观点。其实我们大家都应该有共同的这个思考和做善，就是为了获得的快乐方面呢，我觉得没有什么差别。
And so not long ago, maybe several weeks ago, I gave a talk in New Zealand, and that talk, the topic of that talk is when God meets the Buddha. And in that talk, I mentioned, actually I just quoted from a conclusion by some scholars, and they said that the Pure Land in Buddhism, described in Buddhism, is very similar to the heaven described in Christianity. And I think for that quote, it's worthy of thinking, and I think you may think about that too, and then you'll find maybe there's something common between Buddhism and Christianity, and it's all about to do virtuous things, and you go to a very good place that you wish to go.
Very prominent psychiatrists have put people under hypnosis for purposes of trying to heal them, and in doing so, there have been cases where these people have actually spoken from different places, from different lives. The psychiatrist was able to actually ask them what do you look like, where are you from, what century are you in. So I just want to know if you had any comments on this as a way to remember something about your past lives and in terms of how you feel about it for purposes of healing, and if you feel that this is all real.
他的问题是说，就是说，在这种就是心理学的一些治疗里头呢，就是会用一些催眠的方式问那些病人，他们就是通过他们的前世的经历来帮助他们做一些治疗，会问他们从哪一个世纪来，是从哪里来的等等这样子的问题，然后通过这样子的方式来给他们做一些治疗。然后他想知道的问题是说，这样子的一种方式，就是说得到的这些信息是否是正确的，然后这样子是否是一种就是有效的方式 ？If I got it right.
通过这种治疗方式呢，有2种情况，有一种情况呢，确确实实也是正确的，因为我们的人类的这个心识呢，就是可以回溯到一定程度的时候呢，它通过新的一种安宁思考呢，就是也有就让这个想起前世的一些就是过程，这就是佛教当中有一种禅定的会扭的一种这个思维方式，这个比较这个相同的，但有一些呢可能是也有各种情况，就是所以可能有一分为二的去对待和这个观察。
So I think there are two situations. For one of them, I think that information is correct, and also that the healing method based on that will be okay or correct or good. And so that is because when you have that kind of a process for the patients, then that kind of trigger their memory, and then what the information they provided and what they described about their experience is correct. And this is something similar to the experience of meditators, practitioners who entered some kind of a meditative concentration. They can also trigger some of their memories. They can remember what happened in their past lives. That is also true. So it's similar to what you described. But at the same time, some of them are not correct because there are some other factors in there. So you have to treat this in two ways, two cases.
I would like your thoughts on this idea that I've come across or kind of created about time and how it's malleable, bendable, you can create time and it's not fixed. So the idea is that by improving the present moment and future through visualization, consciously creating and pulling a more benevolent, loving future towards yourself, then can you rewrite our past, basically changing the past by consciously creating and consciously rewriting our future, basically bringing us closer to enlightenment on a quicker path. Does that make sense?
所以他的问题是说，就是说，因为我这个时间、这种时间、空间这些东西都是就是我们的这种我们自己在创造。然后呢，如果是这样子的情况，就是时间不是一个固定的东西，是我们自己的这种心识创造的。那么如果说我们对我们未来的时间，如果我理解有错的事情，任何人可以帮我纠正啊。就是说，然后就是如果说我们对我们的就是说未来的时间进行一些就是说设计的话，那么我们能不能够把我们过去的时间的里面的一些东西做一些改变？然后这样子的话，会不会帮助我们就是更快的，就是说证悟和成就 ，right？
它是有2种方式来理解。我们的事件，从神意当中，事物的真实意当中观察的时候呢，未来的事件就是已经毁灭完了，现在一点也是得不到的，而未来的还没有来，过去的事件已经灭完了，它不可能得到。那么现在的事件呢，也可以通过这种方式观察的时候呢，都得不到的。所以佛教当中有很多的3世的观察方法，通过这样的方法呢，我们就是得不到的。不仅仅是事件，就是包括我们今天在座的一切的任何事物都是绝对空性的时候没有。但是你在现实当中，生活当中呢，未来呢，这种事件是不能承认是虚幻的， 它还有我们的计划、我们的梦想、我们的许许多多的这种设计呢，就是也需要这个设计。但是呢，对我过去的事情呢，只是通过一种会议以外呢，就没办法就是再进行回溯。
So to address your question, there are two levels of understanding about time. And so in Buddhism, we see at the upper level, all the time, the past, future, and present, they are all emptiness. They are all empty. And because for the future time, it has not yet present, so it's empty. And also for the past time, it's already disappeared, it's already gone, so it's also empty. And for the time right now, it can also be separated into future and past, and then when you divide them into very, very small units, then you'll find they are not there at all either. And so this is a way for us to analyze the 3 times, and then we will find that they are all unfindable. And it's also true for everything in front of us today, like all the chairs, tables, or all those things. They are all, and the nature of them are also empty. But at the conventional level, all the past, future, and present times are all present. And so we have our plan, we have our dream for our future. And then what happened have already passed, and we can only think about that in our memory.
Thank you.
就是我有一个问题，就一直在想，所有有情呢，在十方三世中呢，就是我一直想去理解无限生命。那么我感觉有一个坎，我一直过不去，有一个点，就是说呢，这个有情的起点在哪里？就是生命如果是完全是无限的，那么到底就整个这个世界一共有多少个这样的这种意识体？就总体是无限的吗？到底有多少？然后呢，有没有可能有新增的这种意识体出现？就在无限的上面又增加一个新的。然后呢，这个是从最起点是从哪里来的？然后这种无限的意识体里会不会有一个会消失？就像无限里面会有一个消失掉。那么就是这是我的一个很久不能就是得到的一个问题。谢谢。
So his question is for the sentient beings in the 3 times and 10 directions. It said that all the consciousness and all the sentient beings are infinite number. And so his question is there an origin of this sentient being? And also, how many of the consciousness are there in this whole world? And on top of this infinite number of sentient beings, is that possible for this infinite plus 1? And also, is that impossible? It's possible for this infinite minus 1? That's his question.
佛教的不共说法呢，在这里不谈，就是一般的一种共同说法呢，我们这个轮回呢有无量无边的众生，无量无边的众生的每一个生命呢，就是都无始以来的有。没有新生的，但是呢，就是轮回当中有不可计数的无量的这个众生。将来呢，如果他没有得到解脱的话，就还有这个终极呢，也是永无止境的。如果在从中个别的众生获得解脱的话呢，从此这个他在扭转轮回的时间呢，已经就是完结了。
So there are at least 2 levels of ideas in Buddhism, but for the one idea that is not so appropriate for the public, that one I will not talk today. But for the one which is commonly or accepted by the public, as for the infinite number of sentient beings, and for that there is no origin. There's no beginning. That's why we say a beginningless in Buddhism. So there's no beginning, and there's no newborn consciousness in the world. And for that, and also there's no end for all the sentient beings unless you get liberated from samsara, and then you have an end of the existence in this samsara.
你是不是想诉多少个众生？ 连那个宇宙都是无量无边的，就是更何况是我们的众生有多少个。
Is that because you want to count how many sentient beings are there in this world? And because even the whole universe is infinite, how can you count the infinite number of sentient beings?
天波就是的嘞。第一个问题就是师父有说到想知道你的转机投入佛门的原因，最大的转机是什么？第二个是你辩经辩了那么多，说解决了很多问题，最大的问题解决了哪一个？谢谢。
你是藏族人吗？
是的。
OK。
So his question is, what made Kimpo make the decision to become a monk? That's the first question. And the second question is, you said you had a long time debating with other monks in your monastery, and you solved a lot of problems and dispelled a lot of doubts. And what is the biggest question that you think you have already get rid of?
首先第一个呢，也特别感谢你们这个理解本来我的行程当中的话，昨天有个别的一些人也有一些想法跟大家共同聚一聚，但是因为时间的安排，就是这次呢，就是包括一些其他的一些学者的对话，就这样的话呢，就去年的时间有一些安排。那么就刚才你所问的也就是说我的这个去入佛门的话呢，你也应该清楚，一般在我们的这个藏地的话呢，当你这个来到这个世界的时候呢，基本上是一个佛教的，就是这么一个家庭和佛教的一个世界，所以呢，我也没有这个其他的这个选择，就是只有这个从小都是进入这样的这个生活当中，那么后来呢，虽然我去学校还要在其他的一些经历，但是在这个时候呢，我的信仰和我的这种观点呢，就一直这个坚持了。所以我自己认为呢，我也是在将来的我的有生之年当中呢，我的这个怎么说就是见解呢，应该不会释怀的，因为我是通过千辛万苦。就是用一定的理论的这种观察，然后把自己建立起来的一种观点，所以我自己认为呢，这种观点是最可靠的，最能配得上自己的这种生命。
So first of all, I really appreciate your understanding for me to use Chinese instead of Tibetan to give this talk. And because my schedule is really tight, so I cannot meet any of you yesterday or something. Kim said that. And so that's the first thing. And then, like for your first question, because in Tibet, as you know, because you are also Tibetan, you understand that when we just when we was born in this world, that is already a Buddhist world. And before I can make any choice, I already entered the Buddhist world. So that's why I think I was born as a Buddhist. And also because through my education and through my study, in my spare time when I go to school, I find that there are a lot of things that can really make my belief in Buddhism stronger and deeper. And also I think that is because everything that I have already established, all the ideas, all the theories in Buddhism that I have established in my mind is from my own study and from a lot of efforts that I put into the study. And so I believe that my view in Buddhism will not degenerate. And also I think all those views, all those ideas, theories that I believe right now is also very reliable because it's already went through my own thinking and my own analysis. And I think that also compatible with my rope.
We have time for 2 more succinct questions.
李堪布，我的问题是，怎么样界定这个有情生命和无情生命？因为，我们这个世界充满着，我们这个世界充满着非常微小的生命啊，像这些个微生物啊、细菌呐，还有病毒啊，像我们怎么样判断它是有灵魂还是没有灵魂？
So this question was how can we distinguish sentient beings from non-sentient beings? Like for those microbes, those bacteria, viruses, how do you think about that?
是这样的，我们的细菌啊，包括一些所谓的 DNA 啊，就是在生物学当中就是所讲到的微细的这些生命啊。生命在从广义上的这个生命呢，应该是有些是有的，而从狭义的就是终身的这个生命，所谓的终身呢，实际上在佛陀在相关的经典当中讲，有声韵、数韵、相韵、识韵、性韵，五韵俱入的，就这样的这个结合呢。就可以是称之为是有情。如果任何一种这个群体，它没有这样的这个五蕴聚合的话呢，虽然它有可能翻译，它有繁衍，它有各方面的这个演变和生化和最后的灭亡，但是它呢，就是只是我们在生物学上面的所谓的翻译而取名为的就是生命而已。因此，我们所谓的这种有情的生命跟这个植物的生命呢，在我们的宗教学跟这个生物学呢，应该有可以说是不同的这个观点的这种称呼。
So address your question, and it is true there are different forms of life, such as bacteria, viruses, all those microorganisms. And in general, a broad concept of that, they are all life, and they are all forms of life. But for sentient being, this kind of concept in Buddhism, the definition of sentient beings is the aggregation of the forms, the feeling, and perception, consciousness, and these 5 aggregates. That kind of thing make the definition of sentient beings. So then when we talk about other forms of life like plants or those things, we see, although they undergo some growth, development, and death or something like that, but we cannot call they are sentient beings. So the concepts are different.
师父你好，我的问题呢听起来可能会比较肤浅，但实际上一直就是我比较困惑，因为就是比如怎么说呢，就是说我这个人我觉得比较关心身边朋友的人，也喜欢帮助人，但是呢，有一个最大的坏处就是说脾气比较暴躁。比如说，并不是说一件小事，就是有一些就是脾气很急，然后因为我总在想控制自己，但是我觉得尤其是在我学佛这个过程当中，比较更难控制。比如说一件事情我在想的时候，或者是跟朋友说的时候，我可能就会说出很多不太好听的话。然后这个过程我在想，是不是我的心魔呢？或者是说在抑制我在修行的这个魔呢？因为我有的时候在说这个事情的时候，我明明知道这个是不对的，或者是说要控制自己，但是就是很难。所以我想知道怎么能够抑制这种比较丑陋的这种心魔呢？因为脾气比较暴躁的话是比较那个火烧功德林的嘛，而且对身边的人都不是很好，又就是说对大家都没有好处，所以我想说怎么能够提高自己？因为我并不觉得这个是跟自己的那个就是说素质有关系，但是我觉得这个是跟自己的脾气非常有大关系的。谢谢。
So her question was, so she likes to help people, but she finds out that she has a very quick temper, and she always says very bad words to people, and she cannot control herself, and she thinks there are some consciousness demon that kind of control her. That's why she cannot avoid saying those bad words. So she think that kind of harm other people, and she does not believe that's her own personality. So she wants to know how to get rid of that kind of uncontrollable situation.
翻译的太对了，谢谢。
怎么讲？其实我们人，生来有些人呢，可能嗔恨心比较严重，有些人呢，贪欲比较严重。不过你发现自己有这样的缺点呢，这是很好的，慢慢就是可以改。而改的方式呢，我倒是建议，你可能是个佛教徒，如果佛教徒呢，最好是这个学一学如菩萨行人的安忍品，因为这个安忍品大概有100多个颂萨，这个学完了以后呢，我认识的很多人，他就以前是暴躁的，后来呢非常平静的。甚至有一些呢，就非常的这种修行呢，就非常的好的，就所以说呢，我想可能就是通过一种训练，还有必要的时候呢，磕头啊，就是外面跑步啊，就是对自己的身体的一种磨练，来逐渐心得到就是跳入激情轻松，这样之后呢，这也是一种方法啊，就应该有办法的，慢慢来吧。
安忍品，
入菩萨行人的安忍品。So to address your question, so for people we are very different. Some of us we have very strong hatred or anger. Some of us have very strong desire or something like that. So I think you can. It's a very good sign, a good thing that for you can find out your own weakness. And if you are a Buddhist, I recommend you to study the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. And the chapter 6 chapter, the chapter of patience, and it has more than 100 verses. And I know that a lot of people after they studied this chapter, although they were very bad people, but now they have very calm mind and they become very good practitioners. So I think that is one way. And another way that you can do is make prostration and go to jogging outside. And I think there are all kinds of ways for you to get your mind calmed down and have a very good temper. So I think you have to take some time to do that, to fix that.
Thank you so very much for all of your questions, and especially please help me thank Kempo for his wonderful teachings here tonight.